The UN's International Labor Organization has released its second compendium on microinsurance. The book reviews new trends and practices in this growing market. The last compendium was released 6 years ago, and much has changed, as you'll hear in this report from Craig Churchill, the team leader for ILO's Microinsurance Innovation Facility.
Where we are with microinsurance is really trying to understand the key role that it can play. From a theoretical perspective, it's quite clear that it is an effective way to help people manage large risks. What microinsurance is doing is trying to build on some of the informal coping mechanisms that low-income households use already, and to formalize it, professionalize it, and to leverage the expertise of the private sector in doing so. So we've seen big take-up in Asia for microinsurance for a variety of different reasons. One is there's just huge populations there, so there's dense populations, large numbers of low-income people, and that allows for greater efficiencies in being able to serve where there's a group of people that already exist. Another key reason is the active involvement of the private sector in many countries, where insurance companies are seeing low-income households as a potential market that they can serve, and are trying to find ways and are innovating to be able to serve this market. And the reason why this is necessary is because insurance companies aren't going to be serving this market directly very effectively. It's very expensive to try to reach low-income people one by one. And so what we want to be able to do is to find ways of aggregating them, grouping them together in a way of serving groups of low-income people, because that's going to make it much more affordable for the market and viable from the insurer's perspective. The ILO's Microinsurance Innovation Facility has given out some 50 grants to organizations around the world to help them experiment with new approaches, new products, new delivery channels. And what we're doing now is extracting the lessons from their experiences, being able to consolidate and learn from how they've succeeded or where they've not succeeded in order to promote their experiences to other organizations. It's really interesting to see how microinsurance has evolved. Most of the distribution of insurance to low-income households was through microfinance institutions, or it was done by community-based organizations. And one of the big changes that we're seeing now is a much more active involvement from insurance companies, and a much greater variety of distribution channels are being used. So they're reaching low-income households not just through MFIs, but through retailers, through utility companies, through churches, through cooperatives and unions. So because of that, people don't have to borrow money to access insurance. They can access insurance in a variety of different ways. I think the book is starting to talk about these new trends to be able to show how to be able to extend insurance to more low-income people, providing the opportunities, highlighting some of the opportunities, and identifying the challenges, and showing how some organizations have succeeded in overcoming the challenges.